Let me show you what I'm working on today.
Buckle up for safety as I give you a day in the life of online. No, not online. I'm actually there. Facilities maintenance.
I've got a bunch of these flip top tables, meaning the tops flip back and forth like this, and they have rolling wheels on the bottom. Like this guy right here. The problem is twofold. The shank on the wheel is too small for the application, meaning it's not strong enough. And so what ends up happening, actually, let me stand it up and show you. So this shank is too small to prevent it from bending when it starts backing out of here. And it starts backing out of here because, believe it or not, the guys who built this is it in terms of a nut. Like, there isn't a nut on the back side of here. A simple nut and a lock washer on the back side of that would have held this in place from coming out. But that's not the way it's been done. It's just threaded into here. So it's just a thin piece of metal that's been tapped, and this is threaded in, and then that's how they leave it. And so inevitably these wheels back out, and then the whole shank here bends. So my solution is what I think should have been done in the first place. I have the actual box here because I just went and bought all the wheels in the store. Probably don't need that, but I brought it anyway. That'll fit the nut on the back side. Got a bag of nuts here. Nylock nuts, so that's why I'm saying I probably don't need the Loctite, but I might put it on there as a precaution. The wheel's the same size. It's a locking wheel, which is what it needs, but the shank is larger. It's a 3/8. And so it will be much less prone to bending. You can see the size difference there. But not only that, with a locking nut on the back side, it's not going to come loose in the first place, allowing it to bend over like this. So I don't know if you can see in there, but there's no nut. There's nothing on the back side of here, but there is enough room to put a nut in there, and so that's what I'm going to do. If I catch it early enough, I can save it from this kind of damage, and that's why I bought this thin wrench, because it is thin enough to fit between here to be able to tighten this knot. You can't use a regular wrench to tighten this thing up. It simply won't just won't fit. I have to grab a pair of pliers or something. But maybe I can keep doing it with this. Yeah, it's really too bad that these guys didn't think through their design a little bit. They're a local company, I think. But it's a flaw in the design. If they would have not spent, like, how much money is a locking nut for the back side of this thing here? 4 wheels. Buy them in bulk at wholesale. What do you pay? 10 cents a nut. So for an extra 40 cents, they could have bulletproofed these, so this would not be happening. Oh, and here's the other thing too. I don't know if they were trying to be proprietary, but this wheel with this shank on here, like I said, I think it's a 5/16 or 5/16. Anyway, it's smaller than 3/8. And you think I could source this to find a replacement wheel? No. We had to get replacement wheels from the manufacturer themselves, which kind of tells me that maybe they know it's a faulty product and that you'd want to come back to them for spares. I don't know. But wouldn't it make sense to just use something that you could get off the shelf for this? It would to me. Anyway, because I can't source this wheel other than going to the company that made these tables in the first place, and they're going to charge a lot more than I can buy this wheel for. And this is a larger size, so it won't thread into this little threaded plate here, which is essentially a nut, but it's just not very thick, right? So you don't have more than about 2 or 3 threads grabbing onto your shank. Yeah, I have to drill it out. Now that it's drilled, I just slip that in there and I put a nut on the back side, which, like, it's so simple, which is why it baffles me that this was not done in the first place. The trick is to fish this in and get it started, which is why I've slipped the nut into the end of this box end here. So there you go. That's in, that's tight, that will never come loose. So this one is done. I have a few more to go, so. At the end of the day, I am glad that I grabbed the full box of wheels off the shelf, because the work ticket was for 2 tables. I ended up preparing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tables, which included 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wheels. That's my solution for replacing these bad wheels. Thanks for watching. See you next time.